a fellow composer who happens to be a friend of mine shared with me his takings with Content ID. And that was it for me. He shared one of his, a screenshot of his latest takings, and I was just blown away. I just could not believe it. So for me, as someone who's been selling music online for many, many years and has ignored this Content ID for the longest time, I finally decided to join Content ID and start registering all of my music tracks, starting from the oldest ones up to the latest composition. So I want to take you inside the computer so you can see the report that I got yesterday. And mind you, I just started to do this, okay? So I've been told by my friend, who's a much more experienced composer than I am, and he's with Content ID for some time, and he's doing very well in various libraries, not only on royalty-free libraries, but as well with sync libraries and all the rest. But I want to show you here very quickly what I got so you can see what I'm talking about. So once you join Identify, and by the way, this has become such a thing for me now, like a main focus for income when it comes down to doing stock music, that I'm going to add Content ID to my guide. If you haven't downloaded my guide, you should download my guide, okay, with the 7 steps on how to earn money selling music on royalty-free libraries. So I'm going to add Content ID here as a bonus because I don't have Content ID here. And I'm going to send the link to Identify here as well on the guide, and maybe I will put it as well underneath the video so you can join Identify. So what happens here, and you can see very quickly that when I joined, I only had this amount of total views, and you can see here that it says 51 claim video. So that was in September of last year. Okay, so I just started. I mean, this is new, really new. So I'm just starting to see some momentum here happening. So you see here the income, 393. All right, so when you click there, you can see all of the breakdowns of all of the videos of music, old and new, that people are using on some of my videos. So that's the first thing I got. Now you can see the income here is very small depending on what videos are, how many are the views and all of that. You can see that's very small, but that was the first report. I was like, wow, this thing is working. It's already picking up some stuff that is online, right? I can see certain, you can click on the thing and see the videos and whatnot, right? See, some of them still have so little view that it doesn't pick up anything really. But that was the first report, okay? And I've heard of oh sorry, I'm not going where I should go here. I've heard of many composers talking about Content ID, saying that I haven't made enough money, and if you're with Content ID and you're an experienced composer and you're making some serious cash, just drop a comment below. Because I've heard of composers saying like they earn more money with Content ID than they do with sales on royalty-free libraries, okay? So go figure. But it's a great way for us to monetize our music, okay? Now, that was in September. Now I got October. This was yesterday. And the only reason why I checked, okay, is because my friend sent me a message and said like, hey, I just got the takings from October with Content ID. And I was like, well, let me log in. I haven't checked them out, right? I'm not even expecting anything. Like I'm not keeping track. I'm just so busy doing some other things that, I register music here on a regular basis. As soon as I compose something, it goes first to Content ID before I do anything with it, because I got into that habit. But, I don't really check like, oh, is it registering anything and does it have any sales? I'm kind of like detached from the goal. My goal is to make money with my music, but I kind of like detached from the goal. And as soon as he sent me a message yesterday, I log in and I share with him this. And he told me that like, wow, that's pretty good as a starting point, right? Because he has more experience with Content ID. I mean, I'm telling you right now, man, when I saw his takings and that screenshot, I said, that's it. It's enough. I'm going to join Content ID and see if I can make that type of money. All right. So yesterday I received October's taking. You can see that it's a much bigger number now. It's not 51 total claim videos, is 218. That's a massive jump. All right. You can see the gross pay and you can see the difference. All right. And you can see very quickly, man, there's a massive jump. Okay, so I'm getting that money, as I understand this, they pay at different times. So I'm getting this payout in April, at the end of April. When I click here, this is where it gets really interesting. And you see a breakdown of all the music that is being used. Now, I'm sure there's other videos out there about Content ID, okay? Probably my video is not an official video of walk you through the whole Content ID process, but I just want to show you behind the scenes, because like this is new to me. Right? This is completely new to me. I mean, I just literally joined a few months ago, and now I'm starting to see the results. And that's why I encourage you now to, join Content ID, and I'm going to include that as part of my guide. I mean, there's no question about it, because I can see this growing. There is no doubt in my mind that this is only going to grow, because I'm going to be composing fresh new music, all right? And people are always going to take your music some way or another. It's just a matter of time, because some people want to buy it, and some people can actually, even if they get a claim on their YouTube channel, they can still dispute that copyright if they have bought the license. All right, but with this, man, this is a total game changer, because some people are just going to steal your stuff. That's just how it is. Now here you can see this track. Okay, look at that. That's a lot of views, man, and that that earns quite a lot of money. I mean, this is just unreal to me. So that ambient Oasis track, I mean, that's an ambient track. That's like me playing a single note on the piano and some oscillators. I mean, nothing against ambient music. I love ambient music, but ambient music is very easy to make. Very, very easy to make, Crime in the Streets. That's a track I was speaking about yesterday. Or was it yesterday? I'm releasing too many videos here on the channel, that I lose track. But I've spoken about this, Crime in the Street. That's a dark cinematic track that I did. Okay, it's a tension cue. And I was talking about how it sells, even though I don't do so much dark music, it sells. And now you can see it here as well on Content ID. Like, people are taking, hey, I know that there's plenty of crime out there as well, so it's making something. I mean, for you might say like, oh, that's not enough. I can't live with this. I can't buy even coffee with this. Do what you will, man. I mean, it's a free world at the end of the day, but my music is not free, as you can see here. And this is something that I compose. And yes, if somebody's going to take it and use it on one of their YouTube channels without buying a proper license, I want to be compensated. That's it. I want to help you do the same thing. So you can see here, right? This is very interesting. Obviously, and the YouTube channels that have my music are some weird channels from somewhere. I have no idea, but they have a lot of viewers, man. Sometimes we think like, oh yeah, it's only English-speaking channels that they're gonna take your music. No, man, it's like from across the globe, all right? And different topics and different languages. I mean, you just don't know. Look at that, Crime in the Streets again. Home. This particular guitar track, Home acoustic guitar track, is one of my best sellers on many libraries. So I expect to see that track everywhere. Here you go, Home again. Lo-fi music, talking about lo-fi music in one of my videos, Home. I mean, this Home guitar track, I'm gonna see it a lot for sure, because it's my music, okay? But yes, it's one of my best compositions. You see it all over a place in different videos, by the way. You see? Home acoustic guitar, Home acoustic guitar. Crime in the Streets again. So this is a good analytics. I mean, you can see this very slow, very small take-ins here, all right? The more you go deeper into the thing, the smaller it's going to get, of course. I'm not doing anything. I compose those music tracks, uploaded for royalty-free libraries, and that's how I earn money. But now I have it protected here. I mean, now I can get paid and get compensated when somebody's not buying a license, they're just taking it. This is amazing. So I'm going to be documenting this process of how I make money now with Content ID. This is unreal. I mean, I haven't gone this far. I mean, there's 11 pages. I guess, like, yeah, towards the end, it's just so little views and some stuff. Either they're not monetized or I don't understand. But yeah, man, it's picking up all of this, man. Yeah, my question would be, that would be a good question for somebody that is an expert in content ID. The ones that have zero is maybe because they are a legit buyer of that track for the last few months, and maybe they're not getting the claim, but the content ID is still registered. That will make sense, okay? Maybe I'm wrong, right? Because obviously because it's fingerprinted, that means that when somebody buys the license, when they upload it to YouTube, they get the clearance, but the thing might just register. It's like, hey, that music track is being used over there, but you're not earning any money because they have purchased the license, if you know what I mean. So that's probably the case why this has zero here. Okay, that will make sense. I mean, that's my understanding as a logical human being, right? Like, okay, they have bought this track, and it doesn't have any money, or it's not making any money because they purchased the license and whatnot. So it's all a legit thing. But I could be wrong. I mean, I don't know. I will figure that out as I go along. But that's exciting, man. I mean, look, that's $244 with one track that somebody has grabbed from somewhere, right? And have put it in their YouTube channel. So there you go. That's my takings so far. Again, it's not a lot, but I have only started. Right? And this is how I got started here with music licensing, with royalty-free libraries. I started to make music, and as soon as I had my first sale, after a whole year, man, okay? I mean, I was not good at this at all. Okay, and it took me a whole year to make my first sale. But when I got that first sale, it changed everything because I knew that if I can make one sale, I can make 2, 3, 4, 5. I could just replicate that. But my optimism for this has never really faded away. Even though I have gone through ups and downs throughout the years, I always remember the first sale. I always remember the first, paycheck, the first time I actually got the money in my hands. I say, this money came from my music. Now it's just a matter of a routine, right? We just got paid. I just done a video about that. I just got paid. Like, the 15th of the month is payday. So I just, I'm expecting to get paid every 15th with my music. Now I'm expecting to get paid with content ID every quarter or whenever they pay, right? Like, it's not money that I had before. Right? And I'm like, okay, I don't need this money, but man, I'm protecting my music, so this money is welcome, even if it's just a drip here and there. I can see very quickly that it's growing, and this is something that I'm not going to ignore anymore. And this is why I'm going to be documenting this journey here on the channel and show you how this can grow, because there's no doubt in my mind that it's going to grow, and how this is going to evolve, and show you what's possible, man. Show you what's possible, because I mean, I'm new to the content ID. Completely new, and I have been ignoring this for the longest time. So you guys want to see more income reports here, so I'm willing to share that. Content ID seems to be a really exciting thing for me, because man, I'm not only protecting my music, but I'm getting compensated for that, right? So that's amazing. I'm definitely going to be sharing more. There's old tracks that I believe I still haven't registered. I have to go back to my catalog and upload to content ID. Right? I mean, it's the right thing to do. I mean, I have a moral obligation to just protect my music if I want to be compensated, and not, let somebody grab my music and they just monetize their YouTube videos with my music and the stuff that I've created with all this love and passion. Anyways, guys, this is a quick video that I wanted to do and share with you. Download my free guide. I'm definitely going to be updating this guide, by the way. I'm going to be putting content ID here. It's still the 7 steps, but I'm going to add content ID somewhere. So maybe it will be the 8 steps now, even though that doesn't sound that catchy. But I'm definitely going to add content ID and share that with you. If you're interested about content ID, check the link below, so you can just go and sign up. It's completely free. They make money when you make money, so you don't have to pay anything. It's just a matter of you having everything in place, like a PayPal account. I cannot stress this enough. How many composers start out, they don't even have a PayPal account? That's the first thing they should have in place before doing stock music licensing or uploading your royalty-free music to royalty-free libraries. The first thing you need to do is have a PayPal account. Get that sorted and connect your PayPal with your bank account, so you have opened the doors of expecting to make money, all right? And fill out all of the application forms, the 8 W-8 Ben form with taxation when you do business and you sell stuff with America, because everything is in dollars and all of this. As a foreigner, at least that's what it applies to me. If you live in America, it's completely different. You fill a different form. But if you live abroad and you're not American, you're not an American citizen, then you have to still comply with all of the tax forms. And I can't tell you how many people feel intimidated by this, and I don't understand it, but you have to have everything in place in order to expect to receive the money. All right. And I will start there. PayPal account, and make sure that you have all of your information for tax purposes so you can start doing business, man, because you need to do that even with Content ID. Okay, so if you don't have a PayPal account, then you're saying to the universe that you're not really expecting to get money from your music, either with Content ID or by selling it with royalty-free libraries. So that's where I will start. PayPal, and have all of your tax information ready, like address and all of your IDs and all of your things. So when you join a library or you join Content ID, you can just have everything in place and say, like, I'm ready to get some money. All I need to do now is to upload the music or register my music with Content ID or whatever you're going to do, and then have that in place. My PayPal is ready to go. It's being, I'm ready to receive that money in April whenever I get my payments. And then see what happens with all the other reports, man. Okay, so that's where you need to start. And in order for you to cash that money. So once it gets to PayPal, the PayPal, you just transfer it to your bank account. And just like that, you have money in your hands or in your card ready to, to purchase whatever the hell you want to purchase, right? Like pay your rent. I mean, my rent here in Greece is, it's going to 500 euros now, all right? I live a quite affordable life here in Greece. It's not that expensive. I mean, it is expensive if you live in Greece, and the living cost, it just doesn't match the income that people have. But the way I live and the way I earn money online is just, you know what I mean? I mean, it's not only doable, but you surpass that. Not only doing stock of music and royalty-free libraries and all the rest that you can get money from Content ID, it's just, you can see very quickly that you can just pay your rent, at least in my case, just with one library alone. And that's that. I'm getting ahead of myself, but I really want to share more about Content ID on future videos and income, obviously, and how you can maximize your income, not only with royalty-free libraries, subscription libraries, but now with Content ID, so you can protect your music. Thank you so much for all the love and support, my friend. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you in another video.